that after this whole experience, every time Todd and Colton would maybe be at a different church for a funeral or at a hospital or somewhere where there was a picture of Jesus, Todd would say, "What about this one?" And Colton was like, "No." And this was kind of an ongoing experience until they stumbled upon this particular picture. I'm going to put it up on the screen. So they stumbled upon this picture, and for the first time you didn't get the normal response. Could you tell us what happened at this moment, and then assume we know nothing, and tell us the background of this painting and how it came about?
Well, Okeana Kremeric, one of the things in the movie, she's a Lithuanian American. Her parents were atheists. She'd never been to church a day in her life. And her experience is very, very different from Colton's. Jesus started visiting her in visions and dreams, okay? So she never had a near-death experience. She never almost died. And she's just proof that God has all kinds of ways to reach people, amen? And here's Jesus. I still believe you need to know Jesus, but Jesus is fortunately not limited to our resources and just our methods to reach people. And here he is talking to this little girl who's obviously an incredible artist, and at age 8 paints that painting. And we ventured out to one church, our first church we ever spoke to in Colorado Springs. And one of the persons there that year saw the documentary about Okeana Kremeric on CNN and said, "Boy, she sounds just like Colton. Her descriptions of heaven, all the colors and everything," and was mesmerized. So she contacted us and said, "You need to see this." So I had Colton look at this painting, and I said, "Okay, Colton, what's wrong with this painting?" And he just froze. "Colton, what's wrong with this painting?" And he's just locked. And Colton is a very, very black and white person. You know, he doesn't say he gets up at 7:30. I got up at 7:27. He's still that way, okay? If you want to have discriminating, okay, he says, "Dad, that's right. It is the only painting ever." And when I put that in the book, I anticipated all kinds of people to contact me and say, "Well, I saw Jesus, I went to heaven, and he didn't look like that." I've had 0 people do that, 13 million copies later? I've had thousands of people say that's exactly what he looks like.
Oh, wow. Well,